one.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Redlands Camera Club. Tonight, we are talking about light with purpose, creating meaningful portraits. And we have two studios set up, one in the back with Russ, my partner for the night, and one back here where I'll be. And so we're going to do really short, fast presentations because the learning is really going to take place at our studios. So Russ is going to kick us off with his presentation, and then I'll jump in, and then we'll break out into groups into the two studio spaces.
I don't see it on the screen. There we go. Okay. So tonight, well, what happened to this one? Oh, sorry. Sorry about that. So my portion of the presentation this evening is talking about Rembrandt lighting. And I put a group of photos. I've been working on my portrait photography for some time. And if you look at the gentleman in the middle, the little triangle that's underneath his eye, that's really a Rembrandt lit light. And these other portraits are kind of similar, but I'm just trying to show you the different things that you can do with your lighting. The main focus I have tonight is on what is Rembrandt lighting? What does a Rembrandt look? Rembrandt was a famous painter, and that was a type of look that he would give his people portraits that he was painting. And so when you look at this next slide, the Rembrandt lighting is you try to get a little light underneath the one eye and shadows in there. And kind of the reason why for that is adding shadows to your portrait rather than just having a flat lit person. You're deepening the image where it shows depth to the image. And that's part of the purpose of Rembrandt lighting. But if I go back to this image here, I like the girl that I was doing the portrait. There's no Rembrandt lighting there, but you take portraits of people that you like. I want to talk about the Rembrandt look, and how we do that and how we set it up is really very simple. I have a rabbit box from I forget from who. But anyway, your normal lighting, when you shoot your normal lighting, is you shoot at a 45-degree angle. And you're trying to imitate what the sun is doing, is with your lighting. So your light stand, your flash, or mobile light should be at about a 45-degree angle for your normal lighting. And to mimic the sun, it should be facing down at about a 45-degree angle. When you're setting up your lighting, the other thing you need to do is you actually want to use the rim of the umbrella, because you don't want the hot portion of the flash being dead center. So you want what's called rim lighting. And that rim lighting comes from focusing the outside of the umbrella on that. To get the Rembrandt look, you actually need a 60-degree angle. And that's why I've struggled with it for some time, of doing the 60-degree angle, which gives you the deeper shadows in the face. So you kind of have to remember that you're doing that. And so it's a 60-degree angle. Now, how far away should the light be set up? Well, an arm's length is about all that you really need. I was quite surprised in doing portrait lighting, how close you really have the light to the people to get the soft lighting. And so that's really very important. Equipment that you're going to need, which is helpful. And there's several ways to go ahead and do this. Brian had talked to me about bringing in some on lighting that stays on all the time, and it's not hot and it's cool, and you can set up your lighting that way. The equipment that you basically need is you're going to need a softbox with a stand, and by the way, you can get that through the company that's listed in the back. The other thing is you'll need a flash with a remote, and I have my camera set up. That gives me the opportunity to move around with it, and also or put it on a tripod. But these two interact is you want the flash on one side, and rather with some of the older flashes, you have to sit there and manually adjust it, walk back and forth. With these new remotes that they have, you can just adjust it on the back of the flash. If it's a little too bright, there you go. You're going to shoot in manual mode. How many of you brought your cameras with you this evening? Oh, wonderful. So we got a lot of subjects. Okay. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna set your camera in manual. You're gonna set up the aperture to be about 5.6. You're gonna set your ISO at about 100 and your shutter speed at 125. And the reason for these settings is the only thing that you're gonna really sit there and do is you're gonna set your flash or the remote trigger on 1/4 per power. Now, along with that, setting that, if it's too bright, you're gonna power it up or down. And that's what you sit there and do in the remote flash. If your portrait doesn't look right, either your flash is too bright or the position of your flash is a little bit off. And so you'll have to make adjustments. Now, we have who's the tallest person in here?
Dave Gardner?
Bruce, are you the tallest person in here? Who else is
Dave.
tall? Dave, you're pretty tall, aren't you?
Yeah.
And who's the shortest person here? I'm not picking up, I think.
That sounds like.
You're much right there, Heidi, not picking on you, okay? But the thing is, you've got to adjust the flash up and down according to the height of the person. Or is the person standing? Is the person sitting? That's kind of what you have to do. So you have to play around with it. It's not an exact science. But again, you're gonna adjust the lighting on the flash is what you're gonna do. Now, the flash I have on my camera, you can put on any of your cameras and it will work. And it took me a while to get it set up and working properly. It's working properly. So you can use your own camera to do this. And then you have to figure out who's gonna be your subject. Okay, so, or I can do your pictures for you. Okay. Again, if the flash isn't bright enough, turn it up. I kept it really quick but do you have any questions? No questions. Yes, we got questions.
Not more so a question, but kind of playing on.
You gotta speak up a little louder.
Not so much a question, but playing on what Brian was saying, that you can pull this off with constant lighting as well.
Yes, you can. That's what Brian was saying. Now, I really want to say, I'm not the best photographer in the world. I want to talk of Carlos over there. How many years did you spend in portrait photography?
About 8 years.
8 years. He's got a lot of experience. Julie, you have a lot of experience in portrait photography. So, you guys can help me out too if I'm not doing things right. Or you can help people jump in and help. Okay, that's it. No other questions? I'm going to turn the time over to Cheryl.
Thank you, Russ.
Question, comment. Can you hear me?
Go ahead, Bruce, go ahead.
Okay. When you're using a softbox, one thing you also need to be aware of is if you have it aimed at the middle is the softbox aim, you get a little bit harder light. Sometimes if you want to soften it, just rotate a little bit around so you're getting the light from the edges of the softbox rather than the center.
Yeah, that rim lighting. Thank you.
I've also heard that reference as feathering the light as well.
Correct.
Okay, what I'm gonna talk about is, I have the beauty dish with me tonight, so you all are going to look beautiful. It's magical. And I am using constant light, so I'm back here. But I do use flash, but for tonight I'm using constant. And I like them both. In the studio, I tend to use constant. In the field, I tend to use flash because I need the oomph to overpower the sun. So you can do Rembrandt with a beauty dish. So everything Russ said can be applied using the beauty dish also. I'm going to focus on butterfly lighting. And what butterfly lighting is, you can see by this picture, there's a shadow under the nose, there's a shadow under the chin, there's a shadow under the lower lip, might be some shadows like on the upper eye and under the eyebrows. And that's like the signature butterfly shadows to add drama to your portraits. Okay, the gear that I brought tonight, some of it, I shoot with a Sony. I always use a light meter in the studio. And I use the MagMod modifiers. I love MagMod. Their gear is great. This is the beauty dish. And how that works, there's a disc in the middle. The light hits that disc, bounces back into the dish, and then feathers out. And so that's what really helps with getting those cheek shadows and the chin shadow and all that.
So, does that have the Bowen's mount, so you can?
Yes.
Okay, great.
Bones mount. And then I'm using the Lightman's constant lights. They're RGB, and these are like a really, really good deal for the money, because I don't have to deal with gels and all of that. It's all built in. You just dial in the colors. But then you can also dial in what light temperature you want. So if you want it cooler, if you want it warmer, it's all just done in one system. And it comes with a phone app, so I don't have to try and reach 7 feet above me. I can just do it from my phone. I also brought a projector, so we're going to do a little kind of special effects tonight. And if you haven't heard of gobos, gobos are just these little guys here. That one looks like a fighter. I don't know if you can see it. This one looks like maybe snowflakes and moon and stars. You got all these little shapes, and you can project it onto your background. You can make it sharp, you can make it soft. So they're just little things that you can do. And then I have a couple other special effect fun things that we can work on too. And you can see all the other plus gear. So if anybody wants to stick around and help Russ and I carry this back downstairs, we really, really appreciate it. Okay, so thank you, Christine, for the photo. This is just a demonstration. I mentioned this in the middle here, this clamshell reflector. I brought 2 modifiers. That's one of them. And if you look at Christine's photograph, her shadows are softer because I put the dish underneath of her. So she still has a shadow under her chin along the cheekbones, but it's a lot softer. So if you don't want to go really, really dramatic, you can go soft with reflectors. The other reflector I brought for the beauty dish is a grid. You can see the holes in that. And that's going to help the spill of the light stay off the background. Okay. But if you use one of these, you have to up your f-stop because it does cut down on the light. Okay. I mentioned that these lights you can do RGB with. These are some examples of what I used. In the upper left corner, you can see there's purple light, there's red light, there's blue light. You have 3 lights, and I just set them to different colors and point them to the background. Got a question?
No, I was just gonna ask how many RGB
Oh, yeah,
units were you
yeah.
using?
3. And then the one in the upper right, that all I did, the projector comes with built-in barn doors. So I just put them where I really wanted to focus that light on the eyes. And so you can play around with that. And then the lower picture of Christine, you can see the gobo in the background of a window. It looks like sunlight coming through windows. Okay, beauty dish setup. I'm going to go through this really, really fast because I know we want to just go play. So my beauty dish is 20 inches round diameter. So that's about how far you want from the center of the nose to the center of the beauty dish, about 20 inches. That's like the standard. But play around with it and do what you think looks good. But I would start there. Dish directly above the camera. So when the dish is there, you're going to be right below that dish and taking the photograph. Again, this is the bottom of the dish, eye level. That's feathering of the light. That helps with the shadow distribution, hollow out those cheeks, get that shadow under the nose. You don't want that shadow under the nose to hit your lip. No, it's got to be up higher. Okay, so camera settings, again, a starting point. I didn't take a light meter reading yet, so I'm kind of guessing right now. But I'm thinking for sure shooting manual mode, F4, 200 to 400. And a white balance of 55K. So take it out of your auto white balance and put it into 5500K. That's going to make your whites white and blues blue. And so that's like your standard. If you want to warm it up a bit, you can bring it down. Okay, when you're shooting, if I'm doing a portrait, My camera is gonna be about the level of your forehead, and I'm gonna tilt it down. That's a thinning technique for the face. Okay, if you're including the waist, you want your camera to be right about at your upper chest level, and then frame the shot. So that's like the tip of the iceberg. There is so much more to this stuff. Like, oh my gosh, there's so much more. But we're gonna have fun. My advice is just use what you have, because you can do both Rembrandt and butterfly with no lights at all, just in the field with a reflector. So, you know, play around with what you've got. And if you really want to practice, I'm happy to like have another like one-on-one session. Just come to my studio. My studio is in my house, but you know, come on by and we can play around with things. Okay, so, and Russ, do you have a question?
No, I didn't want to put you on the spot. Okay. But do the setup that you did, can I ask how much money you spent for that?
The RGB, Godox RGB lights, they're like $300 a piece. They're not that much, but they're awesome lights. I think everything I buy is always like $300, it seems like. So, you know, I mean, the backdrop first has like $70, backdrop stand. I don't know, maybe a couple $100. So, you know, anywhere between 60 to 300 is usually what I spend.
You mentioned you set this up in your home. Do you go anywhere else with this setup at all?
Not this set, well, here, yeah. It's a lot, it's very heavy. And so I don't take this out too much. I bring my flash, my Godox flashes in the field more than I do my constant lights. If it's in somebody's house, I might bring these, but if it's outside, I bring my flash.
So the setup I have, I like because it's portable. I can take it to various locations. It's just simply one flash.
Yeah.
By the way, I didn't mention the cost. The Westcock, it's from Westcock, the Westcocks. I say that right, Brian? What's the name on there? Yeah, there you go. Thank you. I'm having trouble with my tongue tonight. The flashes come from Hugo, and they come from, I'm sorry. They come from, I'll move for you, Bruce. There we go. They come from China. They're cheap. You can spend $800 or $900 on your Nikon or your Canon flashes, which will do the same thing. Or you can go cheap and spend about $70 to $80 for the flash and the remote that work together. The Westcock Rapid Box comes with the soft box and the stand with it, and it's a low kit, it's very portable, and it runs about $160. So let's say you can spend $250 and you have a very portable flash stuff to go and either shoot on location, do it in your home or in your garage like I do. Okay, I just want to let you know what the cost was for that. It's very affordable. You don't have to spend a lot, but you come up with some high quality images. So,
Okay, so in Studio One with Russ, he's going to do the Rembrandt, and if you want your photograph taken with your camera or just your photograph, he's gonna do that for all of you. In Studio Two, we have a model with us tonight. Matthew, you want to stand up? We have Matthew tonight. Thank you so much for being here. Matthew has not asked for this, but he's recently graduated from college. From high school. Contemplating college. So I think we should tip our model if you have a few bucks in your pocket. That would be awesome. Okay, so thank you, Matt.
I want a model now.
oh, by the way, I have this little attachment that will fit on any of your cameras. If you want to use my tripod, or you can use your camera and do it freehand. It's basically whatever you would like to do. And if you'd like that Rembrandt look, I can put your card in my camera and take your picture and give you the card back. And I don't have to deal with, oh, I got to send you a picture. So, okay.
All right, let's go play. Let's have fun. How about if we do like this half the room, come back here, that half the room, start over there. And then halfway.
All right, Zoomers, this is going to be your call on how you want to participate. I'm going to go ahead and put the camera on one of these for, you can watch and see how it's done, and then we'll move it later on, or you can say adios for the night. Great having you here. I'm not kicking you off by any means. We're gonna live stream, but if you're not seeing what you're seeing, I'm sorry. You can try to shout and grab my attention, but no promises. All right. See you guys.
Okay.
Good to see you. I'm glad you're able to sit down.
I have Ryan.
Okay, who is this?
Are you?
Okay. Oh, my word. We've been around a long time. We're club's over 100 years old. And which is a great legacy. You know, I mean, this club has seen everything from mixing your own chemicals to slides to photos
Who wants
to digital transition, and now with the AI, video, the whole thing. Yeah, so we're gonna get it going. Go in and see what okay, oh, you got an actual job?
Yeah.
Okay, what are you shooting?
We're not gonna shoot at Tio's Tacos. After
No way.
Yeah, so I have to go there like around 40.
Fantastic. Well, you're gonna, you head over there. Have you eaten there?
I gotta try it one day.
Yeah.
Yeah, but definitely can buy it. You guys meet every first and the third of the what?
Correct. The first Monday of the month. Now we know where we're at. And then the second one or the third Monday is on Zoom. So we Zoom both of them. So we're trying to do our best for our delivery. And we've got speakers, you know, who are able to come in from all over the country, which is nice. It expands our reach.
Most definitely, yeah.
And then, you know, you try to do.
Yeah, see the one that you guys have on July 18th. That looks nice. I'll probably join as well.
Awesome. Good. Well, again, thank you.
I mean,
Being local. I mean,
yeah, sure. Thank you.
you got it. Are you gonna be our photographer? Are you gonna be our documenter for the evening?
Don't count.
Okay,
Congratulations on your job.
thank you. It's nice to,
Time do you have to leave?
oh, I'm up at 5:45, out of the house by 6:15, and I get there sometimes after 8. That's
The only thing you can change that is to leave it 8 and then go back at 7.
yeah, that's I've tried that. It's not any better. And in fact, if you leave it 4, it's even worse. Yeah, it's just bad.
And you're taking fast track?
Fast track, just on the 240 to get you over to Irvine. But remember in the 90s, 80s, 90s, there's those little people at the doctors, and they had the little mini recorders, and you talk into it, and you hand it to your secretary. Well, I never had a recorder, and I never had a secretary. But AI is perfect. Listens, records, analyzes, and organizes. So I'm using good time, you know, between books on tape, AI, and just a lot of thinking time, trying to leverage that time. 2 days a week in person, 3 days a week remote.
That's okay.
Oh,
That's not very bad.
That breaks it up, and I also, you know, FaceTime. So
Next week.
I'm glad it's not 30. It just makes for a long day.
That for years, I went down to try and do bird pictures.
Right above your head.
Huntington, get there, same story as you. So anyway, I needed to eat at about 7,
Okay.
and I left at 5:30.
You see a slight shadow under your nose.
So. It just is.
It is. It is what it is. All right, I'm gonna move the microphone closer there so you can at least listen in.
Whatever.
See
And what lens would you be shooting at?
I'm trying to get everybody.
I should be
Sit.
28 to 70
Yeah.
or my 70 to 200, depending.
So like a phone.
Mostly I'm on my 28 to 70, shooting 70.
And at four, you would suggest?
28. Well, I suggested F4, but that was before I took them.
Okay.
So, yeah. I can turn the light down. Are you a model?
Yes, now.
Add that to the resume.
Matthew.
The little girls with, cousins.
Oh, very
Yeah, I think. No.
So do you want to go to college?
Yeah, I do.
You know what you want to study?
Take a look at your shot. Tell me if it looks hot. If it does, I can bring the light down to the top. Oh, like the whites. Yeah. A little bit.
Yeah. look.
Yeah, a little bit. I'm gonna bring it down. So right now we're at 100%.
120, 125, 280 and 200 on.
Yeah,
this one. And in there, I need to get out of the way. Get in there. So that was great, so it's the sky, but that was, I really like that one. So good. So, Great. I don't think it's safe.
Would you have to pay him to work for me?
Oh, yeah.
It's just- taste the smell.
Like the beauty did that.
Come do that thing, you say, or you talk yourself out.
Oh,
of it. Yeah, that's a good one. Okay, so. By Wednesday, so I thought.
Everybody get a chance? Come on up.
That's all right.
Idea.
I feel like I should go. How's yours still
No, you can smile.
Where's your feet? There you go. That's like one. That was it.
Well, good luck that you got him to smile.
Crack a joke, baby. My grandkids are just so resistant when in front of a camera for some reason. It's like head down and I have to play off. Whatever you're like, I gotta just do exactly that is. And then they go for that.
Want to bring it down?
Just trying to see.
There we go.
Yeah, you might hire you for
with the light.
Yeah.
Take your head down. There you go.
Remember the groove? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Got this thing. It's been a while. I'm not supposed to remember that.
Definitely, I put it aside.
Yeah, okay. And I kind of like.
I know.
Yes, and it took me, and for it, yeah. Yes, it took, yeah.
There.
We were saying.
It's also clear.
That could be better, yeah, figuratively right now, today. Oh, yes, yes.
Okay. So. I have a gobo ready to use,
That's great, that's a good shot one.
so I'm gonna turn that on.
Guys,
So you can,
guys,
see what that looks like.
got another
That's
just
just
over here.
These are the barn
No, it
doors.
doesn't really matter.
I know, but
You don't need your
but
lens.
sometimes it does.
Sandbags are essential when you got a cord. Less people around. So this one I use just a little splash bubble, a little splash. See that?
Oh, I see.
I want,
You might wanna.
bring that up a little bit. You guys can tell me where it might look.
Yes.
Look through your camera. If you want to be up by that lighting.
I know.
My heck, my God, I put it inside, they already lasted. I should go next 32. And then I had
I didn't notice the rest of my
got this big one, little light, I just put it, I just hold it over where I wanted it. Yeah.
So I kind of flip on it, just louder.
Yeah.
There. There, thank you.
Okay. Yeah.
About 8 steps. Yeah, this is out of shot. Out of step. My shot was too, I wanted to get it. Right.
Are you from Boston?
But I see everything in your shoulder.
Okay.
I get a lot of people.
I love it.
Yeah, and you wanna see, you know what about this, right? Yeah.
My very sense of special effects machine here. Ready? Oh my God. Oh, wow.
Bubbles, it's not bubbles over there.
From the.
Oh, yeah, we're having fun.
Oh,
We got a pool
how
too.
come they get, how come they get bubbles?
Yes.
I want bubbles.
Well, that's a bubble.
Wow. That's just what.
Don't let the bubble pop on your lens.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That's what I need to do. This, we need to get what's happening.
No, you should do model thing, because once you make the model money.
Got it. There you go. Do the financing first, then you got it. Take all your money out.
Not the one.
Oh, yeah.
For this.
Yeah, I know.
Another point. Right after you got it.
Oh, I don't have to give them
But it wasn't, the light's too bright. Gotta go fast, gotta shoot fast. Got a little bit?
You're all stand still, you gotta be a modifier.
It looks like the first iteration.
Oh, smoke.
Okay, where there's smoke.
Yeah.
So working on some.
Yeah.
No smoke. Did you put it in a proper right?
Okay, ready.
Yeah.
Sometimes you rather have the definitions or the details, but.
I like.
Yeah, smoking hot.
Since we have a third.
I don't think they're always.
Good.
Smoke and puzzle, smoke and puzzle.
Oh, you want both? Okay. You do that. All right. Ready?
I think the air conditioning on.
I gotta look at bubbles.
Bubbles are not, you can even try, make the bubbles go up, cause like they fell so many times.
I can do it like
And you know what? My whole concept for my patients is
That's cute.
You don't have to get the latest and greatest, you kind of need, so.
Let me get out of the way here, I've taken more than my share.
Bubbles and?
No.
that was a request.
That's the best pictures I've got. Yeah. We'll share, yeah. You're gonna get like 100 pictures of this kid on
No, this,
the next competition, everybody else.
that's. I'm gonna try to move you over to the other side. See what Russ is up to.
There. That's down the street, that's wrong thing.
Bears in the woods, right?
It's called the Ninja.
Ryan, can you turn the lighting down?
Oh, is that an effect?
So, but we'll be here. This is right here.
The guys who do they make a yellow sun, but then they do another layer and color the prominence red. So you see this yellow sun, red prominence, but that's not what you see in telescope.
So, but you got a good shape.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's kind of like the, well, when you use music, you can like video filter on your,
If you want to strip lighting on.
that's what you tell the
Another
white
one
light
right here.
a green sun.
On the ground. Russ is, I only shoot portraits outside.
So this is getting closer, that's still.
I only shoot portraits in natural lighting. Ever.
Yes, that's very. Like.
Or-
Very much.
Really? You're using that type of lens?
Well, it's a portraiture.
No, this is the
What is that?
You got my card. Oh,
All right. He's waiting.
Yeah, exactly. My mom, yeah. I have. I do professional things at my lighting job. Yeah, exactly. I did. Just practice.
The nice thing is.
Yeah. Thank you.
The camera space. My niece and Dutch.
Oh, yeah, this is.
Now, we're getting on out the chair.
Right.
I got beautiful stuff.
How's that shadow?
A lot of people.
Is that no shadow there?
I want to see a trying.
Yeah, where is that?
Put on the smooth. I'll do it.
I'll see you.
Now, later on your body, about an 80. It does have
Yeah.
50.
No, not in there. Yeah.
Okay, but 80 is like kind of a.
Yeah. That's what I like. Yeah, it's the whole frame.
All right, here we go.
Okay, you gotta get down lower. Lower. You gotta get yeah.
I don't want the back, we're. Say what you say about.
You need to go back, or the light needs to come this way, because, yeah, we don't have much light on it. Yeah, open the barn door, yeah. Yeah.
Yes, with glasses.
There we go.
They don't even.
Yeah, that's never happened.
Yeah. We see. That's what.
Just go back. There.
I always see it through the camera.
I got a photo code.
No, but.
Well, this is really part of the road.
Yeah.
No,
Very, very rare.
you got the right.
You'll need to, take some of the.
Reduce the, I have
Space kind of squishes or.
Sure, space, but sorry, so I have 105. Oh, ISO, I'm doing
But I was saying, I'm just one breaking.
Yeah.
Cars. Walked out. I was suggesting like.
There we go, finally.
Doing for taking in charge.
We had another one in the slides.
Are you wearing the picture right now?
Now, I would like you guys to.
Actually, I on my way to the 60,
No, you look like a family. I would take your chair. Look at that. So it's his hair. Come on. Right here, right?
Okay, but I was in Iceland
I never like any pictures of.
Yeah, I got. No, I can tell by the picture you have on the website that we have.
Well, that's when, that was when I. That's my glass, the lighting effect.
Sometimes they do, depending on if it flex or not.
Can we get it going?
I got it to work.
Oh, nice.
You want me to turn Brian's thing back off? No.
But is
Okay,
it-
good. I got it way too.
I can- Someone else.
We weren't thinking.
Oh, we weren't singing. Right.
Yeah, well, good parts me.
So,
I said it's like 20 degrees. It's different by the.
I saw yours.
I got the Rembrandt look there.
Now it's.
Minus 20.
I got a little bit of. Got it.
Yeah. Oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
yeah.
Some things.
Okay.
Sometimes.
Yeah, that's it. Got me on your direct, so one for the parents with us, there's a little party.
Yeah, the hat.
The hat.
Where's the hat? Just tilt it.
Tilt it, yeah.
Some attitude.
Yeah. Attitude.
Attitude. Come on, you can do it. Let's see.
Drop that down.
Okay.
It's ready for flash off.
Push it forward. Modern.
You got it, you got it.
I got one. I don't know if it's it.
Dude, deep push, right?
This is remote. And zoom in higher. Ah, but you got to. Because you want that little shadow, just a little light.
Like that one, right. Now we've lost.
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah.
You let me know where, how do you want me to? Okay, this way or what?
I love that cat story. Hey, I'm gonna be the funny guy. Well, I could see the bottom of his shoe. I'm gonna take you off, so 10 points for that. He's wearing a hat, you know, you can't see his full eyes, I'm taking points off for that. He's not in a bathing suit, I'm taking things off
Oh,
for
not,
that.
you're not gonna take it on baby.
Yeah, I bought a flash and a remote and I put 5 years ago and then I never used it. But I had batteries in my remote and they leaked, so.
Oh, you know what I've done? I've had that problem with batteries that leaked.
Yeah,
I go and take a little drill and a wire brush on the end of it,
really?
and I go clean the contacts out
Really?
and see if I can revive it that way.
Yeah.
Here we go, Russell Portraits. That's what I've been liking it. Russell. Yes.
Well, this is a really dark one.
And you can write black lights, you can change it. That's using my mouse all the time.
So I've got a lot of good.
Yeah, I use my fingers.
Pretty.
Too dark.
There we go. Russell. Moses. Okay.
I want you to look at me, your hat off.
Who's that? Dave Vicky or?
Just different ideas on posing.
Is that you? That's you. isn't it?
That's me. Donald helped me with these.
Who did?
Donald.
Bertie? Oh. Is this, your house right here?
Yeah, that was actually Greenfield. Almost. I'm straight with cameras.
You want to take art? I'm
Oh.
not kidding.
Yeah.
What's the spectrum?
No, I'm not giving you, I'd like to have a back of yourself. But these are ideas for having you to pose. So, when I started in 1980. Guys, just really half of it. I've got some of these down. So,
What I want you to do is get that flash thing.
Yeah.
Well, how would you?
Because it has the same.
So this is the true RGB right now, but it looks like.
I need to.
This is true RGB. Oh, look, right there. Right there.
Excuse me.
Right, did you get it?
You have. Wait, can I have my? Oh, now I got to set the whole thing again. Oh, my God. Here, you want me to go ahead and? That's okay, you did great. I just have to reset everything. So you can figure out what it's still on the, I'm good to go. Okay, Deborah, what were you asking? Hold on here.
Yeah, for my camera, it's not.
What shutter speed?
I thought you were gonna say flash.
What ISO?
When I was, over there, I could go to 50, because it goes back then it was, dark. So I'm actually on that, this side, it's just really dark. So it's a little tricky when you have it that way. So, I'll use it up.
The hat. There you go, it's perfect. You can bring your head back down, but just keep the hat. There you go. Now, that's perfect.
That's the directional thing.
Into another.
So now you want to zoom in?
Yeah.
So you got a splash over there. Okay. This solid, you're gonna need to. Fellas, look this way. That's been very,
No.
Well, right now, way back.
The other thing is you're not going to pick,
Better light. I guess you could call it Rembrandt.
No, the hat's fine.
Call that Rembrandt light.
Back a little further, because, tip your head, be a bit. Next.
Yeah, maybe just a little bit until you get that.
Just let me know where you want to look. Where you want. I want you to
I want you to look handsome.
That's gonna be a bad plan.
Look serious.
All right, how they come out? But I think it's so.
All right, so field days rule.
500.
That's it, Brian, okay.
Try it again.
Hey, there.
All right.
So.
Howdy, Zoomers.
It's ready to go.
Want me to put it anywhere else? Anybody still on?
Yeah, you're fine, Bruce.
All right.
Yeah, I'm still here.
Isn't it interesting? Oh, somebody is a rat. Who's that's Michelle. You're a kitty cat or a mouse or something.
Yeah, I had a question, Bruce. Did Rembrandt use bubbles?
Yeah, that is a good question, and it's a fair one.
Oh, well, I wish I was there. Looks like fun.
Oh, we did have fun, and congratulations on your awards. Yep.
I'm sorry I missed the first part of the meeting. So
Yes, well, congratulations on some of your wins.
okay, thank you.
We'll have them. Julie will have the printouts for you for next month, or if not, we'll get you the digital copies.
All right, thanks, Bruce.
Yeah. I'm just gonna let it go. I mean, it's not hurting anybody, so
Yeah.
we'll just let it have it. We finally are syncing on the other side, but it's hard because I mean the nice thing about constant light is it actually lights your area, but with flash, you're kind of in the dark until that pop, so it's hard to see what's going on.
Yeah, no, it's been pretty even. No big burst.
Yep. All right, I'm gonna switch the camera to the other side just because.
I'm not sure because they're all copyrighted.
Same channel that one's.
I've already been on 16.
This side, just put it on the side of the page.
I like. Right, Cheryl. So I was.
Those kind of folks, but you know, yeah. Everything comes together. All of their physics comes together. All the. Well, it's all flavors.
Yeah.
We're doing, you know, there's like, 50. I like to know what I thought. At least hey, wait, what camera are you? These are. This is I know.
Shot him with
I shot it with 20mm. Then he would be 50 caliber, but
Yeah.
yeah. And then I shot the little guy and I got. Yeah, and it gets really bad when you're shooting.
All right.
well, yeah, you know where to go, style. When it was helpful to
You have to practice, guys. It's not always easy.
Yeah, Cheryl. Kelvin.
I've been blessed in my life.
Sure, I still say that. What? You gotta drop it down to like 5.
Yeah, I like that.
It's supposed to be able to do it.
I think so.
About every 5.
That's why I'm gonna call you this second. Just go through. You.
So.
Was showing it here that you were showing at the beginning.
Yeah,
But I didn't realize.
I've got that. Everybody's gone, so we can show whatever we want. That would be off of